Recording.
Okay.
We got the recording going. We got this
Ready,
going.
Freddy.
This
Yes.
part's here. Okay, here we go. It begins in, 3, 2, 1.
It occurs to me that I forgot to tell you one very important thing. Don't discard batteries into a fire. They may explode.
Oh, yeah, I want a rematch.
The morning stream. He's an annoying little bleeping insect, and I want him stepped on hard.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TMS, the morning stream. That's what it is for short. And it's Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett.
Hello.
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 We're back. We got stuff. It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well,
That it is. Boy, is it. It is a hump day for sure.
I don't love Wednesdays. Wednesdays are busy. They're fine here. The show isn't a problem, but just my whole day ends up being. Oh, and we had to push Play Retro to today, so I got a lot more today than I usually do, and I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be real tired later.
Sure.
Oh, look at this though, Brian.
What? Tell me. Show me.
Very exciting news I received in the mail, and I put up some video for some people if they want to see it. I got my test deck for Dungeon Runners.
Oh, yeah.
There's a card. What card is this?
Look at that. There's an actual card from the game.
There's a card from the game. I'll show you the back of one of these. It's interesting here. Oh, this is a good one. Everybody wants this. If you draw this card, you get it's the found loot card, and you get two extra cards you can draw that round for your turn. Or you can cash it in for 1,000 gold. Ooh, I wonder what that means.
Oh, interesting. So it's the decision you gotta.
Yep.
And I'm guessing that gold is your end game, like your end game win situation.
No, actually, it is owning the most dungeons, complete dungeons possible. So I mentioned the other day that one of my inspirations for this in terms of mechanics was there are a couple of games out there, but one in particular, Monopoly Deal, and they have this aspect of that game, which is how do they handle, like Monopoly properties and that sort of thing.
Properties, sure. Okay.
So I took that, twisted it a little bit, and came up with kind of my own version of it. But the goal is you want 3 complete dungeons. You're like a dungeon overlord, and once you have that, all other dungeoneers are dead, and you win the game. Games take about 15 minutes. You can play up to 5 people. Comes in a big fat deck of 112 cards, I think.
Mm-hmm.
A lot in here, and you can see a lot of different kind of cards with different abilities.
Quick, everybody, screenshot this, and you can make your own deck for cheap, for free.
For free. Well, I put up a 24-minute video on YouTube playing kind of a game against myself, so if that's the case, I've already given it away. But
is it? What's the maximum number of players?
5. You can play 2 to 5. So if you've got 2,
cool.
Great. If you have 3, 4, 5 is even. I wouldn't say better. You can have a great game with just 2 of you, but things get really jerk each other around when you have more people. Like you can really screw somebody over. Anyway, it's really fun, and yes, there's a 24-minute video of me playing with myself on YouTube. Thank you very much, Benjamin, for clarifying that. Anyway, this will be a thing, and I'm working on it, and I'm really excited, and I'm losing my mind about it because I'm filled with both excitement and nervousness because I've only found one typo, no other errors in printing, and I've only got 4. So far in my playtest, I played Kim about 6 games last night. And only 4 notes or 5 notes of things I may want to tweak. So I'm actually closer than I thought I was going to be, and that makes me nervous. But that's good, right?
Yeah,
that's
good. Great. I mean, that's what you're looking for. Is that just means you've learned from rock runners, and you've figured out what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, I learned lessons. There were lessons learned.
Yeah.
But this is just like a rough print. The final ones are going to have like a nice texture finish and like all that stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. Anyway, cool. more news soon. DungeonMurder.com you can keep track of for updates and stuff. There's a link to that video there, plus just some basic information about the game. And when will the Kickstarter be and stuff? I don't know yet. We're working on that. But right now I'm just heavy in beta test at the moment.
Cool.
So I'll let you guys know what comes of it.
Nice.
All right. Check this out. Oh, and also Kim asked, she goes this morning, she goes, can we play more of that today?
Wow.
I'm not,
That's
now, she's my wife, okay? So,
yeah.
Got to take that with whatever grain of salt you want to apply here, but still.
Tina doesn't even say, hey, Brian, can we play some more Marvel United this afternoon? Never says that. Never.
I mean, part of it is she's just excited that it's a cool project. She get to help with it and all that, but she actually had fun and laughed her butt off yesterday because there was this moment. So there's a card in here called Banish, okay? Mm-hmm. Or not Banish. Oh, crap. I forgot what I named my own card. Hold on. It's called... Oh, Scott, this would be easier if you just had it. If there weren't 110 cards.
You're right. I didn't do the Tina voice. I'll do it next time.
Yeah, never forget the Tina voice.
I know. How could I forget the Tina voice?
Sorry, Rebuke is the name of the card.
Rebuke.
Yep, and it's got a drawing I did of my own hand, but then I colored it blue and put oh, there it is. I colored it purple more like. There it is right there. This is an action card, and that's actually my hand.
Wow, look at that.
But with a little spell in it. Anyway, it says use this card when an action card is played against you. And this basically means you can stop them. This stops them in their tracks. Whatever they're doing to you, this says, no, you can't do that to me. And so I thought I had all these in my deck, in my hand. And Kim, I'm about to take her for about 12 or 13,000 gold, which would decimate her deck. She was going to have a really bad day. And she rebuked me. And that, for me to do what I did to get the 12 or 13, I had to spend 2 really important cards to do that. Not knowing she had this. She plays this. I lose those 2 cards. It becomes neutered. There's nothing I can do. Yeah. And she laughed for 5 minutes at me. So I guess mission accomplished? I don't know.
This is like, somebody playing a goose against you just as you're playing Arnim Zola on your Black Panther in Marvel Snap.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly it.
Exactly.
Anyway.
You're left-handed, though, right?
Right-handed.
Oh, you are right-handed. Okay, because I was looking at the drawing, so it was like you're holding your hand up and kind of sketching so this is I use my left hand, and so if that's what I'm saying. You just drew, like, you hold your hand up and then just drew it like that.
Yeah. I just held it there. I was like, all right, sketch, and then did some detail. I'm pretty happy with it, except there's a little weirdness on the thumb. I don't know. It's like a little growth. But I kept it because it's kind of like,
it's the padding that happens when you bend your thumb. I mean, I'll show you. I've got that same weirdness.
Oh, yeah. See, he's got a little pad there. See? Oh, wait. I got the wrong camera up. Here's Brian. Show me your thumb again. There you go.
Like, it's like a little pad when you, like, your pad doesn't fully fill out the whole thumb. It just kind of stops about halfway down your thumb.
Yeah, which is what you don't want that. Yeah. You don't want that. So chat here. Sorry, I meant to actually show this camera here. See? Here's the deck. Oh, yeah. Brian can't see this, but
I can't see it. Yeah.
I should make a way for you to see that. Anyway, it's all good in the hood and excited about it. Now, on to more important issues.
Yes. I don't know what they are, but yes.
I have before me an opportunity to share something we learned about America's sweetheart, Marie Osmond.
Okay.
Now, she lives, like, when she's not touring, she has a house in Provo, about 25 minutes or so drive from me. And she's very nice, apparently. People live around her, really like the Osmonds.
She appears to be. I mean, the Osmonds definitely give off this aura of, we're nice. Mm-hmm. Super nice.
And they've been doing that since their show in the 70s, the Marie and
Sure.
Donnie and And anyway, they seem nice enough. But she's controversial in that she's had, people give her a hard time. She's had a ton of work done. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, that's how nice can you really be if you're covered in this kind of crap. People are just kind of mean about it. Sure. Well, she does still look really...
Never us. We've never commented on anybody's plastic surgery usage at all, ever.
No, we love it. We just want more of it.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, Brian and I are going to get some.
I may not even comment on it when it comes to talking about my recommendal today.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. All right. I'm actually real excited about your review today. I can't wait to hear about that. Anyway, so Marie Osmond was asked, how does she stay so youthful? Mm-hmm. And here's her answer.
Okay.
1 tablespoon of mustard every day.
A tablespoon of mustard. She's not the first person I've heard this from. I've actually heard somebody else did this thing with mustard, like taking it every day. Is it just like regular yellow mustard?
Yeah,
right?
yellow mustard, not something fancy or brown or with a bunch of bits in it or whatever.
Just no gray poupon.
No, just a big old spoonful. She's 63 right now. Let's see, and she shared this on Instagram. So this was her kind of offering this. She says, "How to stay still healthy on the road. My doctor said, in case there are parasites or anything around, this is how you stay healthy, and I'm not joking. 1 tablespoon a day of mustard, yellow mustard, and then she squirted it in her mouth in her post.
Didn't even why not squirt it into a tablespoon measure? She's just gotten so good. She knows exactly where, when to stop with the squeeze bottle to get her full on.
She knows she does it enough where she knows. Oh gosh,
yeah,
look at that. Oh, it's just. I like mustard.
There's video or something of it?
Yeah, there's if you click down toward the link, her Instagram video where she actually shows it off.
Oh man, yeah, she's
had work is all I'm saying.
She's had work, and she was another one of these people that in my very young years had a little bit of a Marie Osmond crush.
Oh yeah, how could you not?
She just doesn't even look like her, man. She looks like
she's a different person. She's a different person. Oh, I just noticed something. The Tadpooly feud thing is airing out.
If you were to show me, scroll right into her mouth. I can't mute TikTok, by the way, so I can only, I can't on this thing that they provide. Oh, I guess I could just mute that browser. There we go.
That's Instagram browser. Anyway. But yeah, mute the browser or the tab and you'll be okay.
Oh, it's Instagram? I thought this was... it's an Instagram of a TikTok video.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
It is. Yeah, it's a TikTok video from Marie Osmond. If you were to show me a still of that video, I would not be able to tell you that was Marie Osmond. Actually, even just showing me the video, I would not be able to tell.
No, I wouldn't either. If I had him in her account, I would have said, wait a minute, who's that exactly? Yeah. And look, I don't have a problem with this. I'm just wondering, is there anything to it? Because if there's something to it, I likes me some mustard. Now, if the goal is that you take a teaspoon or a tablespoon of mustard per day, I assume that means you can put it on something, right?
Oh, sure, I guess, yeah. Why not?
Unless
it's not like, she says, have to have this mustard, but don't eat anything before or after it for an hour.
Right, don't swim.
Yeah, you could easily have a sandwich or have a piece of toast with mustard on it or something.
Yeah, definitely don't go swimming after. Let's see here. We got the health benefits of mustard. Mustard is a low-calorie alternative to high-fat condiments. Okay, well, we knew that. It's good for you because it contains several antioxidants that provide various health benefits, including anti-cancer, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, wound healing properties. Well, this sounds hokey-jokey.
Wound healing? Okay. Now we're
healing.
We're invoking the Wolverine mutant power here. Mm-hmm. Now I'm starting to get a little suspicious.
Says side effects could be... Oh, okay. The Natural Medicines Database notes that
yellow
says applying white or black powder or mustard to the skin for an extended period of time can cause burns, blisters, or ulcers. The source also notes that consuming large amounts of mustard seeds by mouth can damage the throat, cause side effects, including heart failure, diarrhea, drowsiness, breathing difficulties, coma, and death.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So don't that's why you stop at a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Don't
also,
go overboard.
Maybe Marie Osmond should measure that out instead of squirting half the bottle down her throat.
Instead of just going for the squirt.
But it won't burn her because it's all that plastic will just protect it. Just kidding. She
exactly. She's it's that and some desiccant to keep the skin from from getting too much moisture.
Mustard shots for everyone, says the Chad, old salty goat. I'm down. You know what? We need Dr. Tolbert to pipe in and tell us.
Right, Bobby or Jerry Tolbert or
any of you.
Somebody with some sort of science/medical experience to tell us the story on this.
Because I'll do it. I'll eat mustard every day.
Oh, sure. Listen, mustard today, and is mustard one of those things you don't need to refrigerate, but everybody refrigerates it anyway?
Yes, I think that's because they. Why is that actually? Because you don't need to, but people do.
That's what I'm trying to remember, because I know that you're not supposed to refrigerate ketchup. You can actually have ketchup out all the time, but everybody refrigerates it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same case of with mustard.
I will say this. I do.
Bobby has weighed in. He says the short answer is it's bullshit.
Is it? Great. Nice. I need some citations, Bobby. Give me some back end info on that, will you? So what was I going to say? Forgot. I like ketchup in a cold state with fries, though. So that's why I do it.
It immediately cools off your French fries, and I don't want I'm not saying I want my ketchup hot, but I don't want. It's like putting cold milk or cream or coffee mate in coffee. It's like, oh, darn it, it's cutting it down from my desired 135 degrees.
No, that's a good point. You're actually making a good point. I don't know.
Refrigerating yellow mustard will help maintain its flavor, but it does not contain any ingredients that spoil. So
it won't go bad.
Only Dijon and horseradish-based mustards or mushrooms. Dijon and horseradish-based mustards must be refrigerated.
And those are because that has eggs.
That's your Grey Poupon. That's your
There's eggs or something in there.
Brown mustard probably is horseradish-based, I think.
A little bit of mayo or some business, because mayo needs to be refrigerated. You don't want
definitely needs to be refrigerated. Yeah.
All right. Well, quit refrigerating your ketchup and your mustard, everybody. And be like Marie Osmond, carry a little bottle with you. Actually, that was a big old French's bottle.
That was a big old French's, yeah. I'm sure she doesn't have an assistant that carries that bottle around for her. Probably squirts it in her mouth for her while she's putting cucumber slices on her eyes or something.
Claire says there's no mayo in mustard. In brown mustard or one of the fancier, spoilable kind, what's in there then? I don't know what's in there that spoils. Must be, it's something creamy.
It's not, if it's not, let's see. Brown mustard, English mustard is with turmeric. Turmeric.
Claire, dude, jeez Louises.
Oh no, what did she say now? Oh jeez, wow.
Jeez, she's in a mood, and it's the kind of mood I hope there are no men around anywhere within.
So brown mustard is really just made from coarsely ground brown mustard seeds. So there's your regular mustard seeds and then brown mustard seeds, and some deli style mustards also incorporate horseradish for additional heat. Which is the one you'd want to refrigerate,
because that's got some kind of creamy something in it.
That's got some horseradish needs to be refrigerated.
Oh, the radish that needs to be okay. That makes sense because that'll ferment or go bad or whatever.
Something, it's just something.
Oh, I love horseradish, dude. You give me a big old fat steak with some horseradish.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I always if I go to Outback and they say, "Oh, all right, your steak. Would you like anything with that?" I'm like, "Yeah, horseradish." Oh, creamy or raw? I look at them and I just say, "Bring me all the raw horseradish."
All the raw stuff. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. That stuff's the best.
I don't think you heard me correctly.
Not the crap you get at Arby's. That stuff is not really.
I don't want any horsey sauce. I don't want horseradish that's been mushed up with ranch dressing or whatever.
It's way cut down too. It's not hot. It's not even really spicy. It's lame.
Exactly. It's, it's.
Although one of the funniest moments of my life, we're in high school, and my friend, I don't remember who it was, either Bill or Darren, one of these idiots, we're sitting there with a cup because they had horsey sauce in cup form. You peeled the cup off and then you could dip in it. So a little bit like a little pink sauce thing,
or
whatever. So it wasn't your normal it wasn't your normal little package thing.
We used to get ketchup tubs like that, right? Where it was like a little square plastic container and you just pull the top off. Are you looking to see if you've got something around there?
Yeah, I had one that's like it and I can't find it. Anyway, so he had it there and he was just messing with it, like squeezing it and pushing it, and it wasn't open.
Sure.
And he was just dorking off and just like messing around with this thing. And at one point, he had messed around too much, and we hear this pop, and a whole bunch of it just goes into his face, both of his eyes. So even though it was like a weak version of horseradish, it burned.
Still got enough in it to burn for sure.
So he sat there for the next 20 minutes just tearing up, and he couldn't eat his food, and he was just like, "Oh, it's the worst thing ever." And I'm like, "Well, you're the dummy. You did it."
No kidding. It reminds me of. One story, and then we'll get to Brian Dunaway. But one of my earliest memories, I was out to lunch with my mom and my Uncle George. We were the three that did everything together. We traveled and did all these, drove to St. Louis and Arkansas and Missouri and all these places when I was a kid. Road trips every summer.
Yeah.
We're at a sandwich place, and this was here in Denver. My mom was having to go to work, and I think she was probably handing me off to George so that she could go straight to work, and then I'd go back to my grandmother's house with Uncle George.
Sure.
And we're at the sandwich place, and I remember George playing with a mustard packet and just kind of whacking it on the table.
Oh, no.
Don't isolate that, anybody. But he's like, just a little packet of mustard, tap, tap, tap. And I remember this like it was in slow motion.
Yeah.
He hits it then accidentally on the edge of the table, so it then gets kind of bent at the edge, but then also has an angle of trajectory, and a glob of the mustard just like floats in space towards my mom's light blue hospital smock and goes, and that stuff stains.
Yeah.
I just remember this so vividly, and I think it was because of how angry my mom was when he did that, because that stuff was like, she was on her way to work, it's just gonna stain, there's not, she's not in a place where she can wash it out really quick.
Even if you did, it's still, that stuff's, it'll leave a little grease stain thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
you got to dry clean that business.
I should have brought that up over Thanksgiving. I'll bring it up when we.
Yeah, why not? Bring up old
grievances
grievances at the table.
Maybe I'll have a mustard packet with me, and I'll say, "Hey George, remember when you splattered one of these all over Mom's blue smock, smock?"
And then for your mom, the camera will all zoom in on her face.
It'll be like
remember it like it was now.
The surprised squirrel meme or whatever that thing was. Surprised chipmunk.
On the year that Brian ruined Christmas for everybody else.
That's right.
It's unfortunate.
Oh.
All right, Dunaway time. We're gonna play a game.
You guys will need to. You guys are in. Good. I was gonna say you need to relog in because I had to reload.
Yeah, I had it aired out for me, and then I got in again. So
yeah,
I don't know what that was about.
It was me.
Oh, was it you? Oh, okay.
I had to reload to
Then I blame you. I blame
me. Blame me. It's fine.
You're to blame. Join us now in joining us with joiner Brian Dunaway. Hi, Brian.
Jackie Joyner Kersey.
Yeah, let's do some joining.
Oh, hi. Joining the call now. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Hi, how are you? How you doing?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. You doing okay? Sorry about the change in schedule yesterday. We really are doing Play Retro today, everybody. It's happening. Okay.
Sure.
Yesterday was a little
I
bit
was
of a
glad
bust.
because I was feeling kind of run down too. Well, you weren't feeling run down. I was feeling run down, and so I just went home yesterday and got a blanket and laid on the couch and pulled up some Coach. Remember that TV series Coach?
Oh, Coach,
yeah. There's a nice comfort binge.
Yeah, you're watching on the Roku channel? Yeah. Is that what you told me? I think
I did watch it on the Roku channel. Indeed.
What is that, commercial based, or what do they do over there? I don't know how that works.
They do a few commercials. It's not bad. I think they have like maybe 30 seconds of ads like every 10 minutes or something. So I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty quick, and it's stuff like Tide. It's like commercials for Tide detergent.
That's what I'd like. I just watched a series on Freevee. And on my iPad, and so I couldn't use a browser that would, yeet out the commercials.
Yeah.
But the commercial breaks were like 2.5 minutes long, and 1.5 minutes of those commercials was always some, like either an HIV medication, but it was like these long commercials, and it's something about, I don't care what it is. It could be for diarrhea, it could be for eczema, it could be for whatever. But these 1.5-minute long commercials drive me nuts. Give me 30
with
seconds.
Their little mini stories. Yeah, they're little mini stories. It's like,
exactly.
Here's Fred.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know why they do that. Give me short little dumb ones. That's what I want in my streaming services.
Yeah.
Or don't give me any medical. I don't need ads for medicine, period.
Right.
If I go to my doctor, I should say, "Hey doc, I got this problem." And he should say, "Well, I got something for you."
Yep, that's how it works. That's the traditional method.
I shouldn't be heading to my doctor going, Doctor, I saw on the TV. I could get a thing for my penis.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I don't want to see that.
No.
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, seeing those commercials for the little Inspire CPAP thing, the little button you push, hold it up to your chest and push a button, and it's Inspire went to my doctor and said, "Hey, what about this Inspire thing?" And it was almost like he was trying to hold back laughter.
Eyes rolled.
Well, it was like your most people's apnea is way too severe for that. And
yeah, you're not going to test that.
Yours is right in there, Brian. So like, okay.
Nicely done.
It's the most pointless thing I've ever seen. I don't understand the whole market behind it. It makes zero sense to me.
I do. Old people are paranoid, and they'll spend money on dumb stuff they see on Fox News. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why
they always tell you.
But they have to be in liege with the doctors. The doctors have to be
some of them
enough to go.
Some of
You're
them.
right.
Like if it's pills, that's one thing because they, those are going to vary.
I can understand dick pills, right? Excuse me.
But I mean, like when like this thing that you point at your chest and click a button, that sounds like I don't know. Like your doctors are all probably going to go, yeah, probably not that. Probably don't do that.
Yeah, not for you.
Right.
Like Ocreva. Oh yeah, you Ocreva probably wouldn't be the right thing for you. But I like how it's always a minute of side effects may include da 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 da, and then
Death.
don't take Ocreva if you're allergic to Ocreva.
Yeah.
The allergic thing always gets me.
That's
Why
right.
did they have to start adding that?
Well, look, you got to get you somehow.
I found out I was allergic to it, but I kept taking it.
That's right.
How are you supposed to go in and go, I've never taken this medicine.
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe I'm allergic to it. What?
Well, let's see if we're allergic to this listener who's been waiting very patiently.
Steer us back
Hi, thanks for holding. Who's this?
I hope you're not allergic to me. Tanner.
Oh, hi. Is this Tanner?
It's
Hi, Tanner.
Tanner.
I didn't know you were going to call in today. It's very nice to have you on. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing okay. Tanner actually helped with our news segment today. We're going to talk about Sandra a little bit, so we'll do that in a bit. But huge thanks for heading that up and making that happen.
I'm having a little PTSD talking to Tanner. I'm not gonna lie about it because last time I was chatting with Tanner over Discord. It was during our D&D session, and I died a couple times.
Oh,
well,
geez.
okay, I was unconscious a couple times. I guess I didn't fully die.
So you rolled out of it. You got your
I had to do
your
my
death rolls.
saving throws, and somebody healed me before I had to do all my saving throws. But
good.
Yeah, I died a little
all
bit
right.
inside.
Well, look, sometimes DM stands for dastardly man. That's what it stands for. Yeah.
You should check with your doctor about that. You may be allergic
to drow attacks.
Yeah.
I guess this wasn't drow. It was a big old tentacled thing.
If your tentacled thing lasts more than 4 hours, seek a doctor's help. That's what the deal is.
That's right.
Well, Tanner, it's good to have you here. We're going to play a game and hopefully win you some prizes. Hey, Brian, why don't you explain to good old Tanner what we're doing here?
I will totally do that. It's time to play the Tadpool Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us. And it's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Now, Tanner, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be rolling a D100 to decide what your fate is going to be for getting that one during the fight. And you're either going to be working with Scott or Brian. Whatever you roll, you're going to be working with one of those guys. If your team wins, you get a prize package. That includes, it's an all Sid Meier prize pack today. You get Sid Meier's Railroads with an exclamation point.
Yes.
And Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Both of those courtesy of Dave Akers.
Ooh, I'll bet he has 6, so he'll probably regift it because that's what he does because he's a nice guy. But yeah, and you can never have enough Sid Meier in your life, is my experience.
So true.
Yeah. Especially trains.
Yeah.
Railroads,
damn it.
Railroads.
They make the old west go. Well, that's great. What a nice little lineup you got there. Let's do this.
All right.
So we fingers on buzzers, right? And we're all
fingers
set?
on buzzers. This is going to be, I think, a tough one. So I might once we get to your second strike, I might offer some assistance. So
oh boy.
Yeah.
You are not predicting clearing the board.
I'm not predicting
second
clearing
strike.
the board. I'm predicting
early
this could be a
on.
2-minute game if things go as badly as they could.
Yeah.
All right. Put your hands on your buzzers. We asked 459 Tadpoolers the following question. Name a movie that should have won the Best Picture Oscar, but didn't.
Ow.
Scott Johnson.
Mad Max Fury Road.
You think the Tadpool is going to be that pandering?
Well, I don't know.
I
truly believe it. When that in the spring or whatever or late winter of 2016, I was so crossing my fingers so hard. It didn't happen. It won the most nominations and won a bunch of other awards, but it deserved it. So if they did it out of pandering, great. If they did it out of reality, great. I'll take it either way.
All right, show me Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah,
they made it number one.
Damn straight it should.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course, Scott always complains about it.
I don't complain.
So there are no answers that can beat that one. So, Scott, you and Tanner are going to be working together to see how many more of these you can get.
All right, Tanner, the big one I always remember was Shawshank Redemption. in '94.
Jank.
It lost to Forrest Gump. How do you feel about that one? That sticks out, but how do you feel?
I think that's a good choice.
Okay, thank you for agreeing with my choice. Brian, I say Shawshank Redemption.
All right, show me. I'd like to tell you that it's on the board. I'd like to tell you that I can. It's
good.
number 2.
Oh, good job.
All right. It's not a lot of points, though, so we're,
No,
whatever.
it's not a lot of points. Some easy, low-hanging plums right here.
Now, if it were me, I would stay in 94 and say Pulp Fiction, because Pulp Fiction was also...
that's my best one.
That was also that year, and also everybody was mad that it lost to Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Right. By the way, I want to just make a thing clear. I agree that those two movies probably should have won. However, I also really like Forrest Gump. I'm not a hater.
Yeah, I'm not a hater either, but I don't
movie.
feel like it should have beat the other.
Yeah,
the other two.
I think you know what, give acting to like they did to Tom Hanks. That's fine, but Best Picture, maybe these other two were a little more deserving. Anyway, Tanner, you all right with that one?
Good answer.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah. All right, show me Pulp Fiction. Show me Pulp Fiction. I forgot what we were talking about.
Ooh,
number 4.
I wonder what number 3 is.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Tanner, got any that are burning a hole in you there?
The only one that pops to mind was 2019, A Star Is Born with Lady Gaga. Just because that's my
Did that not win
that's
that?
a good one.
I remember what it won some things, but not Best Picture, right?
Right, won Best Song
did,
for
it's
sure,
nominated
and I
for
can't remember
Best
what
Picture.
else it won.
All right, let's do it. Let's do that. Let's say
Okay,
The Star
show
is
me
Born.
A Star Is Born.
Oh, A Star Is Not Born. Not
that's
today.
a good one.
La 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 la. Anyway, best screenplay, yes.
Nailed it. That was really
Thank you.
good.
That was my Bradley Cooper impersonation right there.
Nice. All right, Dunaway. Show
All
us
right,
your stuff.
Brian, what you got?
I'm gonna think this happens a pretty good bit, because Scott said Pulp Fiction. This is kind of where my mind was going, was that movies that changed everything, but when they came out, we couldn't see it. So like, I'm gonna say Star Wars, because
Sure.
And it was
came out.
nominated, right? That's how this counts.
It was nominated.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Right? Well, that doesn't count. It's just what the tap pool says. But it was
Right,
nominated, but it didn't win because it was too like just like Pulp Fiction. It was kind of like that. It's like, oh, this is where we're going, but not yet.
Yeah.
And I don't think
can't
it was. It wasn't nominated for Best Picture though. Like it was nominated in,
was it?
in a lot of.
Oh,
other,
I thought it was. Wasn't it?
I don't.
I thought it
think
was, too.
Was...
I thought the original Star
It's
Wars
been a long
was,
time.
but
I wasn't really big
yeah.
into it. I just feel like I remember
Oh,
reading.
I'm sorry. You know what? You're absolutely
didn't
right.
make
Yeah, it was nominated.
Okay.
Best Picture, Gary Kurtz. Yes, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor. For whatever reason, I don't
mhm.
remember, but it did win art direction, costume design, film editing, original score, sound, visual effects.
Yeah, it did well that year. It's a little. It's like Mad Max Fury Road of its time in a way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, lost to Annie Hall. Jeez Louise. All right, show me Star Wars. Number
That's in there.
5.
Yes.
Nicely done. Nicely done, Brian.
Nicely
I don't like
done.
where this is going.
I'm gonna say superhero movies took a big turn with The Dark Knight, and I don't
was it
think
nominated? I don't
did
think
it get nominated?
It did get nominated.
It
That one
did?
I do remember.
I don't think it, but it didn't win, did it? It didn't.
No,
I can't ask that. What am I doing?
Definitely didn't win.
But it doesn't matter what the chat room
unless
says.
again I'm remembering things incorrectly.
Right.
This one I'm double checking, right? Because it's like
I don't
These are
remember that
always
being
the ones
nominated.
that I remember. The ones that have changed everything, and look back and go, "Oh, you morons, you didn't see it.
I don't remember
let's
Dark Knight
see
being
here.
You just
nominated.
didn't see how great it was."
It might have been. I don't know.
best. No, I'm sorry, Scott. You're right. Supporting actor, art direction, cinematography, film editing, makeup, sound editing, mixing, and visual effects.
He didn't get a. Oh
Everything
yeah, no.
except for Picture of the Year.
He didn't get directing. I'm thinking of.
No, it only won sound editing and supporting actor.
Okay. He got that for Dunkirk and stuff, I think.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Anyway.
Show me The Dark Knight.
Oh.
No, but it did make the list. That one was number 16 on the list.
All right. This is what this tells me, Tanner, that the Tadpool is focusing on those that were actually nominated, even though some are putting them on the list. The top 10 is going to be actual nominations. So, Black Panther is a recent example.
Yes. Boy, that made people mad.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it made them mad, but it I think they had a lot of hope that the first superhero-based thing would actually win. You know, there would be an Oscar for that. But I mean, being nominated is a big deal anyway. But yeah, you know what? Let's say Black Panther, and let's see if anybody's thinking that close for that reason.
All right. Sure. Let's see. Show me Black Panther.
Oh, that's good point.
Number 10. Big points.
Good answer.
The biggest of points. Biggest of possible points.
Right on the
biggest
bottom,
of possible.
Yes. The B-O-P-O-P.
And
I think we're doing better than you thought we would.
Question does not specify that it had to have been nominated, but that is a leap that Scott is deciding to take, and I am not going to say anything either direction.
Yeah. No. I think
because
the way you did it is right, and I think my assumption is just a strategy. That's all. Tanner, how you feeling, man? What do you like here?
I want to say La La Land.
La La Land. You do want to say La La Land.
That's a good one because they kind of did
for
win.
like a minute.
Yeah, for a hot second they did.
That's a good one.
I love that you're sticking into this zone of like musicals and like I don't know what this says about Tanner. Tanner's a huge nerd,
musicals.
but apparently he likes this business, so that's cool. Let's go with that one. That's fine. Let's do La La Land.
Right. Well, I like this one too. Show me La La Land. I mean Moonlight. I mean La La Land.
Ooh, number 9.
Yeah, number 9.
Good job.
Nice. Ooh, I'm feeling good now. For a minute there, Brian was getting creepy with the numbers. All right.
You guys are doing way better at this than I expected. So
what's your?
Yeah, I know it's good.
What's your one? What do you got, Kenner?
Apollo 13 is the last one I think.
Oh, that was a good one. Sure. Yeah.
Did that one not get it?
It nominated.
Okay.
It was nominated.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's Tadpole Sid.
Yeah, but they nominated it. It still fits my category of.
I'm curious that this. Yeah, Apollo 13 did get nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah. For some reason, I remember these, but whatever.
I thought it won.
Show me Apollo 13.
Poop.
Number 27 on the list.
We made the list, though.
That's nice.
Made the list, but didn't make the top 10.
Well,
Brian, back to you. 4 answers still left on the board.
Tana got me to thinking. Tana got me to thinking. The musical that also changed everything way back when, The Wizard of Oz, did not win Best Picture. What a snub.
It was nominated.
It did lose to Gone with the Wind, if I remember correctly, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was an honor to be nominated.
Any other year, like that movie, Wizard of Oz comes out any other year and it wins, but freaking Gone with the Wind.
Everything.
Yeah.
All right, show me The Wizard of Oz. No.
Oh, you stupid.
No. The number 26 on the list. Same, actually, right next to Apollo 13 in the list.
Okay.
All right, 4 answers left. Any of these answers guarantees you the win, by the way.
No pressure.
Saving Private Ryan.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It was expected to win and did not.
Private Ryan. All right.
Yeah. I don't know why I said it like that. Why did I say it like that? I don't know.
That
was weird. Saving Private. Oh yeah. I don't know why. All right. Show me Saving Ryan's Privates. Yeah, number 3, and I think that does lock in the win. So we'll play this out for
we did good.
Jollies.
We did good. Oh, what a perfect time of season to do that for too. Playing for the Jollies. Ho ho ho.
Jollies.
Schindler's List probably also on here. I don't think it won.
I thought you said. You said
it was nominated. No, I said Saving Private Ryan is what I said. So let's say
Where did Schindler's List lose to? That one I've got to see because if you would have asked me before, I think
maybe it won. You know what? Now that I think about it, because that was the thing with Spielberg is he kept getting his opportunity again. It did that year. Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, I said it. I guess you have to buzz me.
I said it. I gotta use it.
It's awfully bold statement when you've already won the game. Show me Schindler's List. Yeah. I will tell you.
Doesn't have to
I will
be
tell
right.
you that it didn't stop people from saying Parasite.
Yeah.
because they still said Parasite, even though Parasite.
This is not a fact-based game,
right?
No.
Oh yeah, it never is with the tentacles.
Although I mean,
this is
far
what some people said.
Yeah, but so far every one of the ones we've got on the board, they're all nominations that didn't win.
Right.
So so far they are actually doing it exactly the way the question implies.
But we still have 6, 7, and 8 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm checking a couple of these because I've been curious which ones of these, the ones that are remaining, are were also nominated.
How do I phrase this?
Yeah.
In just the right ways, so that
I wouldn't say this if
if it was still on the
game
air.
weren't already won.
I love it. I love it how you're so cautious.
The fact that the game has already been won.
People.
The fact that the game has already been won makes it easy for me to say this. I believe all three of the remaining answers were nominees.
Okay. So
Excellent.
so we ran the board as nominees. This is good. Well done, Tadpool.
How about
you still have? Brian still has time. Has guesses.
I still have one more chance to.
Or one more. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying.
Myself.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
You got to go.
Yeah.
I said that.
I'm gonna go with the chat room. They said earlier. I think they said Fargo.
Oh yeah,
Fargo.
Oh, that's a great choice. Oh, by the way, one of these did not get nominated. Okay, Fargo.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Show me Fargo. There it is.
Oh man.
I did Fargo, number 14. One of the highest ones that you could that you guys have said.
I didn't think about Fellowship of the Ring.
What did one? So that was 96, I think.
What's that?
97. Fargo, wasn't it? One of those years.
Fargo did win.
Oh, it won Best Picture. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah. That was
Actually,
the first Coen Brothers.
Fargo did win.
Coen Brothers first
Fargo and Argo both won Best Picture.
Yeah.
That's
Fargo.
right.
Fargo was the Coen Brothers
year.
Yeah, Coen Brothers first year winning.
Oh, Fargo lost to English Patient? I thought Fargo won. No.
No.
Okay.
Wait.
Hold on. I got to look because
I thought Fargo won.
I could have sworn. Oh yeah, you're right. Best Actress, Best Original Screenplay. It did lose.
It didn't win. I'm now retroactively mad. It should have won.
I never believe you, Kyvex.
It should have won.
We'll talk to you later.
Boo.
All right. And actually, two of the three of these. So, you guys just mentioned this one. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Did not win and should have won.
Totally didn't remember.
Also nominated but didn't win, number 8, E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Another game changer. Yep.
It totally was. And this one, I wasn't sure. I had to go back and make sure because I could have sworn it got nominated. But of course, what do I know? I've been wrong about 8 of the 10 here. Dune.
Oh, Dune.
Oh, Dune. The original Dune?
No, the new one.
God, no, the 2021 Dune.
Yeah, no, the the original Dune is a piece of shit. Nobody voted for that. That thing sucked.
Hey.
No, you might as well nominate Flash Gordon.
Yeah, Flash Gordon. Yeah.
I would.
You would. Yeah, of course you would. You are not. There's a reason you are not in the Academy, by the way. Brian Dunaway would have all sorts of fun with what movies got nominated. But yeah, Dune, I didn't think Dune was going to win because my genre movies never do. But
I thought it would get nominated for its groundbreaking.
Plus it was only a first part. Where's my second part?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, because they do that with Lord of the Rings, right? They didn't give him Best Picture until Return of the King, even though you could argue the first two movies were as good as that one.
Got the Fellowship of the Ring got nominated but didn't win. Yeah,
right. I think even Two Towers did, but they just
Two
did.
Towers did as well.
Yeah, It was like a kindness gesture for the first 2 years, and then the third year they're like, "Here you go."
Hey, let's look at some of the remaining ones on the list, or at least the top few. Citizen Kane, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Princess Bride, Goodfellas, Brokeback Mountain. Again, I thought that one, but I guess no, it didn't.
I was about to say they didn't win. How did they not win?
No, that was somebody else.
Get Out, The Matrix, Hidden Figures, Inception, Interstellar. I know somebody who's listening who would definitely agree with that one. Jojo Rabbit, The Big Lebowski, The Empire Strikes Back, Dead Poet Society, Dunkirk. Somebody said Forrest Gump. Galaxy Quest, Gangs of New York, John Wick, Parasite. Nice. Roma. I think Roma also won because that was one I totally disagreed with. Serenity, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, The Great Dictator, and 1917 kind of rounding out the ones that had multiple votes.
So for the record, The Matrix was not nominated for Best Picture. It did.
A lot of the ones lower on the list were not nominated.
Yeah, that one did
that's
get.
Right. Roma did lose to Green Book, which, by the way, people also said Green Book.
Oh, Green Book.
Yeah.
I never saw Roma or Green Book. Are those worth visiting?
Oh, Green Book. I really did not like Roma. I felt like it could have been edited much, much tighter.
Mm-hmm.
But Green Book, 100%, you should watch that. It's fantastic. Mahershala Ali is so good at that.
Oh, that's the one that one of the Farrelly brothers directed.
Yes, and it doesn't feel like... it's definitely not a Farrelly Brothers movie.
Yeah,
well,
Peter Farrelly.
It's a Farrelly singular movie.
Yeah, and he took that serious, man. He wasn't playing no jokes in that movie. I need to see that.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
I meant to and didn't. All right. Well, there you go. Hey, Tanner, you know what this means? It means you've won. Hold on.
Congratulations. You're a winner.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Tanner, these codes are now yours. You, of course, know Brian's email, so send him a quick email. I guess Brian probably has your email.
I'm just going to put Brian in a chat with him.
Yeah, do that. Easy peasy.
Discord. There you go.
Yeah, save the ones and zeros. Do it the easy way.
Right.
It sounds good to me. Tanner, how do you feel about your big win?
I feel great. Thank you so much.
Do you? Do you feel great? Because I want you to feel great. I want you to feel really good about it because you worked hard.
Well, somebody needs to tell your voice. Then,
I'm at work. I have to tone down the excitement.
Well, you guys don't know this, but he's one of the nicest human beings in our entire community.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure having you here, man. Take it easy. Be good, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Tanner.
I'm the best DM.
Thank you, Tanner.
He's a good DM, except he keeps killing you. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's
actually the second time. He at one point he killed all of us, and we woke up and tied up with spider webs. So.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Did that make you that as a Marvel fan? You liked it, but
I kind of liked it. I felt like, ooh, is the Spider-Man's camera nearby taking pictures for J. Jonah Jameson?
Yeah, and then you were like, oh no,
taped to a lamppost somewhere nearby.
Like, no, it's just D&D. Too bad. All right, hey Dunaway, it's tonight. Faye Dunaway, hey Dunaway.
It's tonight.
It's tonight. Tonight at 3:30, we're doing our show about Dragon Warrior, a.k.a. Dragon Quest, the series on the original NES, and more. We'll talk about the entire series and why I actually think it is the best ongoing Square Enix series there is. Back in the day, it was more Enix than Square, but we'll talk about
a lot of Japanese people would agree with you.
They would, as would I. So we're all going to agree today to get together at 3:30 Mountain Time and do a Play Retro at frogpants.com/Play Retro, or if you want to watch live, we are at frogpants.tv. That'll do it. Hey, Dunaway, anything else you'd like to say before I cut you off?
Yeah, I got to go get my...
His fill of a McRib? I don't know. What was he going to go get?
I don't know.
His Fitbit removed from his ear? I don't know.
Yeah, it's ear Fitbit problem he's been dealing with.
Yeah.
He should do a follow-up to that, just see where we're at with the McRib. Is it any good still? Because didn't he?
If it's still in his gut, what do you mean, like a follow-up?
Well, like he did it once, right? And then
just like do it again, basically.
Yeah, just go see if the process is any different. Is it taste as good to him? Is it changed at all? Like McDonald's, you could say this about them: they are consistent with their stuff. Like the Big Mac I eat today is no different than the one I ate 20 years ago.
It really isn't. Yeah.
For good or for ill, they don't change them. So I'd be curious if there's any difference.
Right.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a break and do some music. But before this music, we got a little sponsor for this. So you want to read this here for the music?
Absolutely. This comes to us from September, 9 of 12 in the chat. She says, Sandra is an amazing woman. I met her several years ago when I was coordinating volunteers, and she was the best one I had. Whenever her health and resources allow, she does every bit she can to help her community and her friends. But in the years since, I've learned that she lives with food insecurity. Disability payments are scarcely enough to pay the bills, and her controlled rent is constantly in threat of being raised. She's so brave and modest and very, very intelligent. She writes and she loves to read. She was widowed many years ago and lives alone with the one cat that she can have, Taronda. Who provides, I had to say it like that, who provides endless comfort. I'd love to see her smile. A little less worry for her for a while will make the world a better place. Let's all help Sandra remove some burden And thank you, September, for sending that in. If you want to help, and you absolutely should, because it is the time in the season for giving, go to tiny.cc/do-some-good, all lowercase, tiny.cc/do-some-good.
Yeah, great time of year to do it. And again, huge
Every
thanks
little bit helps.
to September and also Tanner for putting all of that together. You guys are awesome to be thinking about somebody in our community that could use a little help.
For sure.
So do that. All right. What song are we playing here?
I am going to bring to you a brand new single by a performer who goes by the name Black Winter Wells. All one word, all lowercase, Black Winter Wells. He is a Canadian. He describes himself as genreless musician.
Jeez.
Yes. Okay. This is a brand new album that came out last Friday. This is really, really good. And the whole thing, like, this is your background ethereal music playlist right here. This is so good. Here is the song Gutter, performed by Black Winter Wells.
Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Kind of gives new meaning to dressing up your table, doesn't it?
The Morning Stream. Your parents named you for a bug?
Jill!
So you guys think that's me clicking a button, but that's Brian doing it. He's really good.
I hope this isn't Chris's blood.
Jill.
Jill!
Very nice. Regale the song once again. Tell me what it was.
Sure. From the brand new album Protector from Black Winter Wells. That's the song Gutter.
I forgot to tell you how much I meant to text you, but I loved that Christmas middle of the show song yesterday. Loved that.
Was that cute? Yeah, so sweet.
Such a great voice. I want to follow them for other stuff.
The two of them are awesome. I don't know if they're married, but it's a great little duo. The band that is called the Hot Sardines. It is the band that's called Corvair, Corvair, yesterday's song.
Yeah, It was really good. And today's as good as well. So
the singer's name is Jill.
Jill. Hey, Jill. All right, it's Tom Merritt time. And if you haven't had a lot of Merritt time lately, well, don't worry. We're about to fill that void and get him all up in this. Hold on one moment while I push buttons to make all that happen here. Here you go.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is Tom Merritt, and he joins us here on Wednesdays to talk about the goings-on in the technology world, which I'm really grateful for, because how the hell else would we know? And thankfully, he has a show about it, the Daily Tech News Show. Tom Merritt, welcome back to the program.
Well, thank you for stopping Merritt time.
No problem. Maritime is...
It's a maritime emergency is what it is.
Yes, it is.
Maritime action.
There you go. It's good to have you here.
I kind of like that. Can we rename the segment?
Sure. Yeah, we've been doing it so long the one way.
Yeah, we can just open it up to anything I want to talk about.
Yeah, whatever you want. It's maritime. That's the rules. Speaking of maritime, let's do a little bit of that. What is going on? I know you've been scraping the edges of the tech world today.
I imagine you all are aware of Microsoft's little game of cat and mouse with Sony, right? Yeah. You've talked about it, I'm sure.
Sure.
We're probably going to talk about it again today on DTNS because of Microsoft reaching a deal with Nintendo and Valve to make Call of Duty available for the Switch and Steam.
The Switch.
Like it wouldn't have been available for Steam, but for at least 10 years. So Call of Duty on the Switch for 10 years, only if regulators, you let us buy Activision Blizzard.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting move because Sony famously being real weird about the same offer. It depends on your point of view.
Sony is firmly opposed to this acquisition. Nintendo less so.
Right.
Valve is like, oh, you're going to do the thing you were going to do anyway, but guaranteed for 10 years? Sure, we'll sign off on that. You might not even get Activision Blizzard, but why not?
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that's undercovered in this. It's a bit of a nuance, but Microsoft can't really promise this yet.
Right.
What Microsoft has promised is if we take over Activision Blizzard, we promise to make them do Call of Duty on the Switch and have that available for at least 10 years. There's no start date on that, but it's not because Microsoft is being cagey, like, we'll do it for 10 years, but we won't start until 2070. It's nothing like that. And I haven't read the agreement, but I imagine that the agreement might have a stipulation on a range within development will begin. But because of the rules around acquisitions, they can't make Activision Blizzard do anything right now. They can't go get Activision Blizzard to sign off on this because they're in a regulatory period that prevents them from doing that. So they can tell Activision Blizzard, hey, we've made this deal, and if we take over, we're going to honor it. You do what you want with that. And Activision Blizzard can acknowledge that, but there's certain rules about what you can and can't do to change your business during the period in which an acquisition is being closed. So this is Microsoft doing as much as they can, which is like, we can't make Activision Blizzard promise this, but we can say, contingent upon our acquisition, we are committed to making them do this, and development will begin on day one or something like that.
It's interesting because the language in most of the coverage has been 10 years on the Switch, 10 years on the Switch. And what I can't find is anybody talking about the fact that the Switch, for now, but this 10 years will likely, I'll just say 100% include a new generation of Nintendo hardware. So Switch 2, Switch Pro, whatever their next gen thing is.
Right.
Like this isn't just to say, hey, Switch owners, good deal. We're saying, hey, Nintendo lovers, good deal. I do think that the Valve part is funny because Call of Duty is already over there.
Yeah.
And that's not been true for a while. They did pull it when they became when they started putting stuff on the Blizzard launcher, they stopped putting it on Steam. So Microsoft has in general said, hey, we'd like to just put our stuff everywhere. And so they kind of did that almost immediately with some of their stuff. In this case, I think Activision, even independently, were like, well, why? We're leaving money on the table. We should just put this everywhere. So it's almost like this no-brainer dumb win-win for Valve, because all they have to do is say, well, yeah, sure, keep putting it over here like you already are. And, thanks for the 10-year commitment if this goes through.
Yeah, right.
That's very funny and interesting to me. But the Nintendo move is interesting for a couple of reasons. One, that device isn't state-of-the-art anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You could argue it wasn't when it launched. Didn't need to be. That's Nintendo for you. And you're talking about a very different build of these Call of Duty games. Like, the fidelity just will not be the same. It's not going to be a straight code transfer. These aren't x86,
also,
conversions.
It may be new stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Phil Spencer in the Washington Post article I read was sort of cagey about, we'll have to look at our old stuff and see what we can move over or not once we get there. But but the intention seems to be the next Call of Duty will come to Nintendo Switch. And then there's questions that you're bringing up about, like, okay, but is that going to be the same Call of Duty everywhere, or will it be a version for the Switch?
Yeah. In the past, that's what they've done. They've made a version for the Wii that was okay, that was fine for what it was, but it definitely wasn't the same code base as what they put on everything else. So regardless, though, this is an interesting way of... I wonder what Microsoft's reaction was going to be to Sony saying hell no to the 10 years and also hell no to your acquisition, and just really being firm about it. Yeah. So for them to try to do something that gave some additional momentum and also produce some goodwill, but also kind of rub Sony's face in it, this is it, I guess. This is their move.
Oh yeah, and don't let it get lost on people that the United States Federal Trade Commission is expected to meet Thursday, December 8th, to discuss, among many other things, the regulation of this particular acquisition. So getting this in the Washington Post and Kotaku and everywhere the day before that meeting is total coincidence, I think. I don't think they were related.
It was going to happen anyway. The timing, it just all happened to align.
What a surprise. Yeah.
I had this thought the other day. It's a little bit unrelated, but Elon Musk paid $44 million for Twitter, and I always wonder, Elon Musk, known for being a bit of a gamer, he likes video games. Do you think he ever is sitting around going, that's almost as much as Activision stuff cost? Maybe I should just buy that.
Maybe that's what I should.
So much more fun, so much more less laden with problems and issues. Like, just buy a video game company and I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, and they don't fit.
No,
Yeah.
No, they're too big or something.
No, because the way my thought process goes is like, all right, why does he acquire things? In the past, it has been because of X. But as soon as you get to Twitter, that all just starts to get crumbly.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, but why did he acquire it? I'm still not entirely sure. Is it because he thought he could make a super app out of it? But for whatever reason, my guess is he doesn't see Activision Blizzard as suiting his goals or even possibly his profitability expectation.
Maybe.
I know sounds weird when he just acquired Twitter, which is why I keep getting caught in my recursive logic loop.
Sure. Well, I like a good recursive logic loop, and if you want more great questions with great answers, the Daily Tech News Show here is for you for that. Today, it's happening at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and I will be there because it's Wednesday. I love being on, and you'll love listening, so make sure you check that out. Tom, is there anything else going on that you would like to mention?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Just to note, Rich DeMuro is going to be on Daily Tech News Show with Scott and Sarah and I today, talking about the tech gifts for that person you just can't figure out what to buy for. Nicole Lee kind of covered that with some smart home stuff. Rich has got even if the smart home stuff didn't work for you, we got some cool ideas for you.
Just ask me and I'll tell you. I mean, people, if they're struggling on what to buy me, I mean, I'll just tell them.
Yeah, because this is all about
it's going to be a short segment. DeMuro's going to be like, look at his wish list on Amazon.
Yeah,
exactly right. Yes.
Yeah, just look for /Coverville. Yeah, you'll be fine.
There's some really unusual things in here, and like all gift lists, they're as useful for the person you're shopping for as they are for you to be like, oh, that's a cool thing. So definitely check that out. And also, reminder that the 8th annual Diamond Club New Year's Eve Streamathon coming up on December 31st. The Ritual Misery folks always put this together to benefit. What is it called? Extra Life.
Yeah, never heard of it. It's
that. Yeah.
Unusual name.
No, it's for a worthy cause. It's lots of fun. They do it because they want no one to have to spend New Year's alone. So they run a different person every hour, ringing in a new year at a different time zone around the earth. I'll be doing it. Sarah Lane usually joins me, so she'll be with me. And it's a whole lot of fun. You can go find out about it at dcstreamathon.org.
Nice. I think we're an hour before you. So I don't know
Are
what.
you right before? I haven't seen the full lineup yet.
Yeah, me and Brian are in. I think it's the hour before you, but I'm not sure what country that is. Brian, we don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know who we're ringing.
Trinidad and Tobago, I believe.
I'm usually on the UK's New Year's line, so that would put you somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, or maybe the ocean. I want to be ocean time.
Yeah, ocean Christmas.
Bunch of whales are going to celebrate New Year's when we're on, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but
maybe
in unison.
Whales.
Yeah, whales. I love whales. Whales are great.
Maybe it's whales. Yeah, it could be actually.
I see what you did there. Tom Merritt, everybody. He is Ace Detect on Twitter and just anywhere else that you're hanging around. We put ourselves everywhere lately, but you can still find him there. And make sure you check out DTNS today. Tom Merritt, have a fantastic one. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, how do I hang up on Tom? There we go.
Right.
Very nice. Now,
let's
see if we can do this in a reasonable amount of time. We're going to have recommendals.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they go long.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes they go short.
We just need to cut Randy off to one espresso shot.
I mean, it's a hard call to make when you're drinking as much coffee as humanly possible.
It's hard to know when to stop. It's true.
That's right. Oh, look at him now. See?
There it is.
It's already happening. Let's do this. It is time for Recommendals, where we talk about recommended stuff we've seen on streaming services and share it with the audience at large. Joining us today, Randy Jordan. Hi, Randy.
Good morning stream. Yes, I've had a lot of coffee. I can't help it. You guys are gonna kill me with these tadpooly feud that is like aimed directly at my heart.
Yeah, you would have done pretty well today, I think, on that.
Yeah, I was probably I was hopping around during that whole thing. I was just like, oh
well,
my gosh.
Was the bathroom not nearby?
No,
it was, and I visited it.
Oh, good.
So beyond that, of course, then you had to go and make me sit and listen to you talk about my employer. It's good. We're having a great day. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, good.
I'm good. By the way, so I haven't.
How's that mobile game coming?
Yeah, how you guys doing? Is that done yet?
Have you played it lately? Have you tested
it?
No.
We don't have access to anything. Are you kidding? There's no beta yet, right? Or is there?
It's almost as if we don't know somebody at Blizzard.
I want to see that game. I want to play it. I want to see what's up.
Maybe you need to ask me for favors when we're not,
not on the air.
Oh,
I see. Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Point you to our Discord conversation.
It's a good couple of weeks for Blizzard. They got a brand new, well received expansion for WoW. You got your season 2 of the Overwatch 2 starting, I guess yesterday or today, and I got a new hero in there, which I'm pretty excited about unlocking.
Last night I was playing with Sweetgrass, and we were just the two of us, right, jumping into unranked games. And at the time we were playing, there were already players who had spent the previous 9 hours playing on Ramatra only.
Yeah.
Like you could tell. And they were coming in. I was like, hey, how are you so good at Ramatra already? And they're like, this is all I've been doing all day. Like, oh, great. All right.
Yeah. So there you have it. Wow. Well, it's I'm really enjoying that game. So I will be doing a little bit of that later today. Also with us, Nicole Spag. Hello, Nicole.
I'm here. Sorry.
Hello. No, we filled the time.
Messing with my laser.
No, you're totally fine. Mess with your laser.
Hey, Nicole.
Are you doing air quotes when you say that?
No, my actual laser. I have a laser.
Ooh, laser
Nicole,
lady.
you have a really beautiful fireplace now. I'm so impressed with that project.
Oh, I want to see it.
Thank you.
I want to see it. Is it on video and stuff, or where can someone
Mark posted it, I think, on a reel on Instagram. Cool. So if you follow Wood Whisperer on Instagram, you'll see it. Yeah. He found a place that sells these beautiful, like, rustic mantles. And so he took off the fancy one and then replaced it with the rustic one.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Oh, this is good. Okay. Chat, I'll put this up so you can see it as well.
We miss Colorado. That's actually, it reminds us of our Colorado house. It's like
you did have you had a beautiful fireplace here too. Beautiful house back there. Yeah.
Oh
man, I love it.
We miss Colorado. But.
We drive by it every once in a while and just egg the.
So we're seeing the old one. Yeah, and then the new one initially starts out looking like nothing. It looks like a busted railroad tie or something. Like, amazing how much he gets out of it with just a few steps.
I can't.
Well, and this company is really cool because they go and they reclaim these, so they're all reclaimed. So it's like almost recycling these this wood from who knows where they got it, but
I'll never be as cool as Mark. Look at this cool shit he does.
I love the protruding, like some of the protruding bricks, the gray bricks. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Who's
There's my brother.
Oh, is that your brother? Okay, I was going to ask you that.
Brother. Yeah, he's working for us again.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
yeah, it's been a process.
Well, Missouri's better for it. I don't know what I'm saying.
Does that room have like a show window for your Christmas tree?
No, not really. I guess there is a show window, but it faces. We have a lake.
We're the property brother sister on the morning stream here, guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
This is good.
Topic for us, but
this is like Zillow Gone Wild here. I like it. Nothing wrong with any of this. But I guess
and you were worried about us going long.
Yeah. What was I thinking? Let's get to the recommendals for today. We got a number of them, of course. We're going to start with Brian per the tradition here on the show. So Brian, why don't you tell us a little about your clip here?
This is a movie that so many people have recommended to me. Gene and I finally carved out the time to watch it, and I am so glad we did.
I'm very excited about this. Let's play it, and we'll talk about it.
One bastard did this, and all of you to do nothing. Shame on you, Edward. Shame on you. I appreciate you, young man. Your service to the crown has been duly noted.
Thank you, sir.
I want this bastard punished in such a way that no person will ever rise up against the British.
Oh, I want to watch it, darling. I want to see him bleed.
And so you shall. Flog him publicly. Flog him till he falls to his knees, confessing his crime of daring to rise against us. And begs for mercy.
Sir.
I'm in regardless. I don't know what I'm even listening to, but
does that sound over the top? It sounds a little over the top.
A little over the top.
A little over the top.
A little over the top. Yeah. Where's the top? A little over.
Just a little over it. That is one of the few recorded in English moments of a film called RRR. This is the biggest budget Indian film ever filmed, I believe, if I remember reading the notes about it. And it shows every bit of it. This thing is so produced and is as good as or better your typical American action blockbuster film. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is just so damn good.
Tell me about these. So I see Ray Stevenson, Allison Doody,
Yes.
and some other like people I recognize. I don't.
Ilsa from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I've got you now, Dr. Jones. She's the woman you hear in that clip. Those two, Ray Stevenson and Allison Doody, play the enemies of the film. They are the Buxtons, Governor Scott Buxton and Catherine Buxton, who are kind of the head of this sector of the British Raj, the 1920s leadership, the British leadership over India. And the movie actually, the RRR, and I'm going to get this wrong, I'm sure, is Rise. No, it's a Rise, Revolt. No, gosh, I should know. Okay, you got this, Randy.
That's a great question because I did not know what that meant. So this is good to know.
So it's in the original Indian, it's Rudram Ranam Rudirham, which means fierce death blood. So they decided we were going to do this also in English. We just come up with 3 other words entirely.
3 other R words.
Yeah, rather than fierce death blood. And so it's Rise, Roar, Revolt.
Rise, Roar, Revolt. Yeah, there we go. And it follows these 2 main characters who are represented by fire and water in the film. 2 friends who meet, helping to save a little boy from coincidentally, both fire and drowning at the same time.
Oh my Lord, that's crazy. Okay,
this thing is over the top. I'm telling you right now, this is like Jackie Chan is feeling like, oh man, I really toned it way down for my movies compared to this. It is they become friends and through lots of trials and tribulations make their way through the story. And I'm not going to say anything more than that because that could reveal a key plot point.
I have 2 really important questions. Is it a musical?
There is a very long but incredibly enjoyable dance number.
Okay, I'm down.
Is it 3 hours long?
Both in the middle and at the end, and they're both. We could not stop watching even like the credits are rolling. We're like, no, I'm not turning this off. This is fantastic.
It's got 3. So, Randy, to answer your question, 3 hours, 7 minutes is how long.
It is
wow,
3. It is 3 hours long, and I'd say a good 30 minutes. 20 minutes of that is dancing.
Oh,
and
I'm so
music.
excited.
Okay, all right.
I'm actually excited about that. Okay, question number 2: How much? You said this is an English clip, but is most of it Indian? And then
I only was able to watch it dubbed. I went to Netflix and I was looking for. We were pretty much prepared to do the subtitled version. It's the Hindi version, but it's all you can. I wasn't able to get out of the dubbing. Like I went into my audio settings and subtitle settings, and I could turn on subtitles, but I couldn't change there was no original language, like seeing it in its original language without the.
And is it good?
Dub.
Like the dubbing's good enough?
Dubbing is great. The acting, the voice acting that you get in the dub, just fine. I thought it was totally, totally fine.
This trailer is insane.
The trailer, yeah. I'm telling you, this thing. The fight scenes are so amazingly choreographed that they're practically dance numbers, but they're so good. Yeah.
How gory are these fight scenes?
There's a fair amount of blood in not necessarily the fight scenes, but a little bit of torture. So I would say.
I like how you said that.
I would say
just a little bit of torture.
Little bit of torture. There's somebody had asked me like to maybe mention online if there's rape scenes or anything like that. No rape scenes in this, but there is some gore in torture scenes, but it's not, it's certainly not Pulp Fiction levels of gore. I would say. I'm trying to think of another good comparison, like probably on the scale, probably like a 5.
So the reason I ask is because I'm going to Canada for 2 weeks, and one of the things we always do when we prep for, being out in the woods in a cabin with my in-laws is every single evening of that time, we try to find something to watch.
Yeah.
And my kid's turning 13. And so I'm like, I'm looking at the certifications for this thing, and they're like, I see a lot of 15s and 16s around the world.
For Will is mature enough that this definitely wouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
With him, there's they kind of always go on the more conservative side when they recommend age groups for these things, and I'd say it's there's gore, but it's not it's almost comic gore, like superhero movie level gore. So if he's been okay with Deadpool, for example, or things like that.
We haven't watched that.
Haven't watched Deadpool. Trying to think of what like
Deadpool is rated R, man.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
And Deadpool is a lot more gory.
But would you call this like, PG-13?
Yeah, not gratuitous.
Would you call it 13 if we rated it here? Would you call it a PG-13?
I would say PG-13.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There's no nudity. There's like I said, there's comic book levels of violence.
All right.
But not a ton of gore. There's, like you said, there's a difficult torture scene, but
such a completely generational shift. Like when I was a kid, all my parents cared about was nudity and sex, and violence meant nothing to them.
Yeah.
And with my kid, all I care about is the violence. And if there's nudity and sex, I really don't care.
It's George Carlin in the 80s said something like, I'd much rather let my children watch a movie that features two people having sex with each other than two people trying to kill each other. And it's so totally true.
Yeah. You just don't want to see anybody trying to kill each other in bed. You don't want that.
So stay away from Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Don't watch that.
The lesson we've learned today.
This is this sounds like a must watch. I can't wait to see
it. It
this.
is a must watch. And this thing, so I'd never heard anything about it until a recent episode of The Bitterest Pill, Dan Klass's show. He came back and did an episode, and he was talking about what he called the greatest movie he's ever seen in recent memory. And we're like, what? RRR? An Indian for like an foreign film coming in is like the best thing, this weird looking action film. And then we started hearing about it from people in the Tadpole, and I started hearing about it from other sources. I'm like, all right, well, we've just got to watch it. And I'm so glad we did. It is so, be prepared. It's over the top. It is but not over the top in a cheesy Steven Seagal kind of way, more over the top in kind of a loving, like it's Jackie Chan kind of way. We found ourselves comparing it a lot to Jackie Chan because his choreographed fight scenes are almost dance scenes.
Sure. Very, very, there's like a rhythm to what he does and everything. Sure.
Yeah.
Nicole, this reminds me of that. Remember that Korean movie that you and I really liked?
Yeah.
What was that called?
The Good, the Bad, the Weird.
Yeah, The Good, Bad, the Weird. Very over the top, ridiculous Western with a bunch of Korean dudes in it. That what you've described sounds like that's the kind of deal.
Could be, yeah. I haven't seen that, but from the description, it does sound like it's a similar thing.
Yeah. Very good movie. All right, well, you've convinced me 100%. I'm all in on this. Can't wait to see it.
Carve out the time. It is 100% worth it. And if you find yourself turning off the movie during the dance, the traditional Bollywood, while the credits roll, every character is out dancing together in front of a weird backdrop, then I don't think I know you as a person.
Yeah, I am all in on that. I will watch that without any hesitation. All right.
Hold on. Claire says, did you clarify it's Tollywood? What is Tollywood versus Bollywood?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Tollywood. I'll watch this before Parasite. Chat. No problem. No problem.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. RRR. Oh, I didn't say it's on Netflix. I think I did.
Netflix.
Say it,
okay.
I'm saying it again. It's on Netflix.
Is it a Netflix original or is it just there? Do you know?
It is just there.
Okay. I like being there. Yep. It's good.
Yes.
Let's move on to Nicole Spagnolo. She's second today and has a little something for us. I'm going to just play the entirety of this clip if that's okay with you.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I also watched this, and I'm excited to hear you talk about it.
It's perfect for the season.
I agree. And also some nostalgia there, obviously. Anyway.
I loved it so much.
If revenge is a dish best served cold, this was a frozen dinner.
There's no way I'm going to kill myself for this. It's crazy.
Hey, Schwartz! I triple dog dare ya!
Oh, if Schwartz backed down now, he could never show his face in Flick's Tavern, or perhaps even in Homan, ever again.
Oof. Oh, I got him now. I got him.
All right. Tell us what we're watching here.
All right. So it is not Christmas Story 2. Do not watch that. Do not be confused.
Is there is a Christmas Story 2?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
It's
that.
also on HBO, right?
Yes, this is on HBO. This is A Christmas Story Christmas. So this is the true follow-up to A Christmas Story. Most of us have grown up with A Christmas Story. We've kind of had it shoved down our throats from TBS running it 24 hours a day on Christmas Eve. It's like our generation's It's a Wonderful Life, because It's a Wonderful Life, there's a whole story with that movie and why it became such a beloved Christmas movie, because I guess they lost like there was something with the copyright or something. They just could play it and not have to pay to play it. So all these television channels played that movie.
Yeah.
But Christmas Story is actually a very traumatic movie. I did not realize how traumatic it was for my children. They would cry when I would put it on because so we haven't watched A Christmas Story for a very long time because the kids would just get kids in peril.
I personally only ever saw A Christmas Story once when I was a kid, and I hated it, and I've never seen it
if you're
again.
real little, I think things like bullies, the bully stuff.
There's a lot of bullying.
Yes.
Yeah, but even the visit to Santa and the foot on your head and all that, like all that stuff.
Yes.
Like, gosh dang.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah, all that.
And while, for me, I love the movie. I've adored the movie. Yes, it's overrated, but it's one of my Christmas Story watches. I don't watch any of those Hallmark. I can't believe how many Christmas movies there are out there now.
Oh yeah.
I don't do Hallmark.
There's tons of them.
But
they suck.
So A Christmas Story is in my lineup of Christmas movies. We have a Plex server and we have a little playlist that just says Christmas movies. It's always been in there. So when I saw that they were coming out with A Christmas Story Christmas with all the original actors except for the mother.
No, the mother's there. The mother's there. That's her.
Yes, but no, it's not. It's not the same actress.
No, it totally is. That's the same lady. I looked it up. The dad,
Melinda Dillon.
Yeah,
it's not the same actress.
Hold on a second. I got to look this up now because I'm nervous.
I researched it. The original actress retired from acting in 2008 or 2009, and so. Yeah, it's not the same actress.
Julie Haggerty is the one taking. She was from Airplane, right?
Oh, I thought she was in both the things.
No, Melinda Dillon was the original mom, if I remember correctly.
And the old man, he passed away.
Yeah, he died. What's his name? We love that guy.
McGavin.
Darren McGavin.
Yeah. So anyway. They got Ralphie back, which is what's his name? I can't remember.
Peter Billingsley.
Hey, Brian is our name guy today because he'll remember everything. Yeah, he's back.
And these have been doing from memory, people.
Yeah, he's an MCU guy. He was in Iron Man 2 or something.
Oh, right.
Billingsley. Yeah. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, so there's a whole story with Peter Billingsley and his friendship with Vince Vaughn. And Vince Vaughn is friends with Swingers guy.
Favreau.
Who? There's like a whole chain of. There's a whole
It's like Password Plus or like.
Yeah, I love it.
There's so much connection to it. And get this, Billingsley starred in a after-school movie about steroid use, and that's how he met Vince Vaughn.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
I dove deep down into like how everybody's connected. So.
I mean, he spent most of his later career doing like directing and like writing and other stuff, and then once in a while he'll show up in a thing, like he was in.
He did.
Yeah.
He made Elf.
Yeah.
With Favreau.
Yeah.
So even though I've only seen A Christmas Story one time, it has been such a part of the fabric of my life. Like there are all kinds of people in my life that I regularly share those jokes with, like so we refer to something as a major award. And I have a coworker who has a leg lamp and, we say shoot your eye out or whatever. Like is this like that? Is this movie?
No. So Christmas Story 2 it takes all the cheap shots. It does the leg lamp. It's awful. Don't even watch the trailer.
It's horrible.
Just pretend it doesn't exist.
It's got like a 3 out of 10 on IMDb. It's so bad.
It's so awful.
Yeah.
So Christmas Story Christmas takes the essence.
Yeah.
It takes the essence and the memory of A Christmas Story and it finds its own way. So for instance, the leg lamp, it broke in the original.
Yeah.
You find
it
see
was fragile. Come on.
Yeah.
It was fragile.
But there's a whole story with Ralphie, and he's trying to become a writer, and that's the whole point. He comes back to his hometown, to his childhood home, and he's trying to. He has a little bit of time. His wife and they decided they were going to have a year of him trying to become a writer. And so he's writing in the attic, and you see in the background, you see the leg lamp shade, but it's not hit over the head with, what you're looking at. It's just part of the fabric of the movie. And the same way in the original, Ralphie always had like these awesome daydreams.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get that as an adult. I absolutely loved it. I teared up. It was but you got it from an adult's view. I mean, there are some moments with his kids, but it's really about you. They know that you grew up with this movie, so they tried to kind of capture that essence and tell a new story.
Yeah, it's basically this isn't much of a spoiler, I don't think, but the whole essence of the film is that he's got a family now. It's in the 80s, like
yes.
So it's set in the timeline that he would be this adult. And
I thought it was 70s.
It may have been late 70s. Yeah.
I thought it was 74.
You might be right because the original was like early 50s, right? I think. Anyway, his father dies in the story, and he and his family are now going to spend all of Christmas back at their hometown. So they're going to meet their old friends who licked poles and all of that. That actor, by the way, went into porn for a long time. It's a funny story.
Right?
Yeah. He did.
Anyway, I watched this as well, and I thought this was going to be way too hard to pull off. I thought it was going to be not bad, but I just didn't expect them to capture the magic, and I think they actually captured it. And in a way, it's like new kinds of magic, like a different kind, but it's honorable to the origin of everything and feels like its own thing at the same time. I really liked it a lot. So I'm with you. It was nice. It's very nice.
I loved it.
Hard
it's
to
in
pull
my
off.
rotation now.
I think it's really hard to pull it off, but I think they did it. And, it's because you're right. It's like it's legendary. This is the kind of thing you don't want to screw up, which is why that 2012 thing makes me so sad because what a piece of garbage that was.
It was duty.
Yeah, it was real bad.
They're selling the house, by the way. The
what timing?
House. I think they planned that, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Are they really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's a museum. The people that bought the house completely renovated it and made it into the house that was in the movie. And so it became a Christmas Story museum that you can go visit, and they're selling it. And the Goonies house is up for sale too. I've actually been to that one.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but that's just a lady, and she usually shoos people off. So we just kind of stood at the street and said, "Yep, that's the house. Okay, let's go."
Yep. And the cool thing, I always thought it was funny that Scott Schwartz, who plays Flick, he's the porno guy or was in porn for a while. He's Scott Schwartz playing Flick, but R.D. Rob plays Schwartz. It's just funny they didn't just go ahead and call him Schwartz.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
But also Scott Farkas shows up, which I didn't expect.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's cool. Anyway,
I'm
with you.
Watch
it's awesome.
HBO.
Yeah. It's really good. Really well done. All right. Who's next on my list? Randy, it's you. What do you got here?
So I have a documentary, and I am so excited to bring this to you. This is one of the things that I'm going to sit and watch with my in-laws and my family over that Christmas vacation. I'm just so excited. So let me set up the clip for you.
Go for it.
For this planet that we live on, the oldest forces are those colliding and churning deep beneath our feet. And the newest force in this world is human love. Romance has only been around for a millisecond on the geological timeline. yet at the same time, it's love that has shaped and formed practically everything about us. Like for all of us, almost all of us, it's love that caused us to exist. So this documentary starts with scientists in a burly Jeep driving through a blizzard, getting stuck in snowbanks repeatedly, getting out and having to use shovels to proceed. And you're thinking, proceed toward what? Why are they doing this? And suddenly they reach a point in their journey where the snowbanks vanish and the ground is black. And you realize, oh my God, that earth they're on is so hot that the snow cannot exist there. And then a narrator speaks. Roll it.
All right, here we go.
In a cold world, all the watches started to freeze. The sun came and went between blizzards and gusts, which erased all bearings. In this world lived a fire, and in this fire, two lovers found a home.
No idea what this is.
This is Fire of Love, and it is the best documentary I've seen this year. I realized that, you know, we always have the nominees come out and then we go watch a bunch of documentaries because we didn't get a chance to see them. But this is it. The best documentary I've seen this year. It is about two volcanologists who were minor famous in the 70s and 80s. A couple who had a fascinating romance that they documented because they documented their volcanology. And all of their, not all, but some of their videos and pictures have been put together in this documentary that takes you through their lives, basically, and takes you around the world to, Krakatoa and Mauna Loa and so on. And ultimately, it's no spoiler to know these two are going to die in a volcanic explosion in Japan. And you see them all the way to their last day on this earth. And it is so well constructed. I just like, please, documentarians, make movies and construct them like this. It is beautiful. Absolutely.
You know I love good documentaries. Where is this showing?
I watched it on Disney Plus. I think that's the only place to see it
Disney
right
Plus.
now.
Yeah, it's a National Geographic thing, so I don't know if they have an app where you can watch it there, but I mean, Disney Plus, most people have anyway for the Star Wars stuff.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
And what was the
Fire of Love?
Fire of Love. That's just for Christine.
Shitoutofluck.com.
You gotta always give her what she knows. Yeah.
So,
yes.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. It made me think of something else.
These two people are fascinating because you kind of wonder throughout the whole thing if they sort of hate each other because they're different. They're different people. She's a highly talented volcanologist who has a sense of fear, and he doesn't. Her husband is also a very talented volcanologist, but he's a little better at self-promotion than he is a scientist. And he has absolutely no sense of fear whatsoever. And you can tell that this is a problem for the two of them. But at the same time, man, they really, they're just awesome. This documentary is constructed to make you think, I wish I could live that life, Yeah.
Well, it sounds fascinating. I'm in.
So the narrator made me think of the woman that does sad beige children. Are you familiar with this trend?
Sad beige children? No.
Yes.
No.
I sent it to you in chat. She has a TikTok and Instagram. And there's a trend in the parenting world right now that everything is beige and everyone is sad and there's such despair. And she narrates, I guess Werner Herzog is a documentarian who everything is.
Oh, we love him.
Okay, so
he's
if you
great.
play one of her clips, because she does like this thing where it's Werner Herzog's sad beige children or sad beige everything. So it's like sad beige toys for sad beige children or sad beige clothes for sad beige children.
Weird. I have not heard of this. For anyone at home who doesn't know who we mean, it's this guy.
I would like to see the baby.
He's the Mandalorian.
Yes, exactly. So the woman has the ability to capture his voice If you play the TikTok that I sent you, I don't know if you can.
Did you link it? Did you link it?
I linked it.
Oh,
yeah,
here it is.
Okay. It's in our...
Here we go. I'll play it. Let me pull it up here. Maybe.
But it made me think of that. I'm sorry.
To Werner Herzog's new line of children's clothing. Sad beige clothes for sad beige children.
Oh, I have seen this. I have totally seen this lady. It's great. She's basically making fun of like the fashion trends for kids and these.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually really funny.
Like $60 overalls, and it's like, and then she says, if your parents can afford $60 overalls, you're pretty much guaranteed to not ever be like a worker.
Yeah. Well, I love Werner Herzog, so making fun of him is always a good time.
The narrator for this for Fire of Love is a woman named Miranda July, and I'm pretty sure this is her first documentary she's narrated. She's not really called upon much. Because it's about people who talked to cameras a lot. But when she does appear, it's just stunningly beautiful, because the people who wrote what she's saying wrote poetry, like as you heard in the clip. Like she is constantly narrating in poetic verse.
But is it kind of depressed the whole time? I mean, it just sounded very depressing.
I mean, it's about volcanologists who are going to die at a volcano.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I guess it would be.
It's pretty, but it's beautiful. It's so freaking beautiful, this movie.
It reminds me of that. So speaking of Werner Herzog made that documentary about the bear that ate that guy on camera. Yeah. It's a lot like, it reminds me of that, because that's a movie where the end game of the movie, and you're just waiting for this horrible thing. Well, you don't actually see anything, but the whole point is, let's follow this guy until he gets eaten by a bear who he claimed to be friends with or whatever. Jeez, it reminds me of that a little bit. So I guess you have that inevitable sad ending, but you're saying this is totally something I'd watch. So there's no question in my mind I'm seeing this.
You absolutely should. I'm telling you, my favorite documentary of 2022.
All right. Nicely done. Again, that is Fire of Love, currently streaming on Disney+. Final one. This one's mine. And it's a documentary, and not the best documentary you'll see this year. It's not a bad one, but it's true crime. There's a million of these, whatever. Before I do that, I was going to give you a quick meh on something that really bummed me out. Right. I watched the whole thing. I watched the movie on Hulu called Fresh, and this has Winter Soldier in it.
Sebastian Stan.
Thank you. Brian is the guy with the names today. Sebastian Stan's in it. Girl I don't know very well, but was excellent. A whole really great bunch of cast. He in particular, very good. I don't even want to give stuff away, because I do think the first 9/10 of the film is actually really good. It's kind of a horror movie. It's a little bit unnerving, but also weird and different in a bunch of ways. But the final chunk of this movie, the final 10 minutes, is the stupidest ending I've seen in a very long time.
Such a bummer.
And by stupid, I mean they just didn't bother sewing up anything or fixing anything or having any kind of conclusion of anything whatsoever. And I don't mean like, some movies are great at just killing everybody off and you're done, and that's fine. It's not that. There's like, from Film Sack's perspective, there's like 3 chicks in the bucket in the final 10 minutes. It's bad.
You ever notice that sometimes movies don't think about their ending until they're well on their way? Like, it doesn't always go bad, right? Like with Don't Look Up, the ending feels like something they came up with late in the game, and it's fine. Yeah. It's not a bad ending.
Right. You're absolutely right. This felt like a movie, a great idea with no ending, and they never really knew how to do it, so they just kind of winged it toward the end. And it's a couple of cheap things. I just really, that's how you're going to do this? Like, it really bugged me, because up till then, I thought it was great. I think Sebastian Stan was amazing in it. So your mileage may vary. I was going to recommend Fresh until the last 10 minutes, and now I don't think I'm going to do it. So instead, I'm going to recommend this. This is a documentary on Netflix. It just came out. It was recommended by J.K. Grammer in our community, so I decided to check it out based on his recommendation, and I enjoyed it for what it is. Here it is.
I became obsessed with this place. I remember one night I came out here and I had my .357 Magnum. I shot that thing 6 times, hoping the cops would come. Nobody came. I'm 75 years old. You think I still want to do this every day? But I will.
Okay. Sounds a little dour. It is. It's called Crime Scene: The Texas Killing Fields. And it is about some stuff that happened in the late 70s and 80s, and then again in the 90s, and then resolved a lot of it in the 2000s, and even recently in recent years. But it basically follows what appeared to be some sort of serial killer that they could not figure out who he was or where he was. And they had all these people in their sight as far as what's the word I'm looking for? If you're accused of a crime or you're currently a suspect is the word I was looking for. So they have a bunch of suspects, and you get to kind of
help with names. By the
way. they try to suss through these suspects and figure out who it is, and you as the viewer kind of have to, guess throughout. It's a 3-episode deal. If you like true crime, this is right up your alley. It's like what you'd expect from a well-made Netflix documentary. If you're not into that at all, avoid it because it's one of those. This isn't going to be on anybody's 10 best documentaries of the year, but it is a very serviceable thing about a bunch of events I didn't know about. And it's weird to hear about them happening in parts of your life where you were just blissfully unaware that these sort of things happen, and then them coming back up as a cold case going hot again when you're in your 20s and then in your 30s, and even just a couple years ago is when we finally got some resolution on some of this. So I found it interesting in that way. But there's not like amazing new documentary ground being broken here, like with what Randy is talking about. It's a little more, straight down the line, but it's interesting. So I think it's worth checking.
So when this first arrived, I was like, "Ooh, how much is this like the first season of True Detective?"
Not at all.
Okay.
In that, oh man, that's an interesting way of putting it. Because True Detective was all about tone and texture and
dialogue.
And dialogue.
The dialogue was insanely good.
It was really good. That first season is still one of the most amazing things I ever saw. Yeah, there's some Southern Gothic going on here for sure, which is I'm a big fan of in general. Is just sort of a subgenre of a subgenre. But it's a full, it's real documentary, real people, real stuff, and you talk to the people in a modern way who were there then, and different reporters and all this stuff, and it's pretty crazy how effed up the police department was in this small town at the time. And there's this whole stretch of area off I-45, I-145?
Yes, I-45.
I-45. It's basically between Houston and Galveston is where all this stuff went down. And it's gnarly. But there is some resolution by the end for some of the victims and their families and stuff. And it's just one of those, so get your true crime on if you want to check it out. Again, it is called Crime Scene, the Texas Killing Fields, available now on Netflix. It's in their top 3 or something right now. So definitely worth checking out. If you want to see all of these, you can find them up at quicktms.li because Brian has plugged them in.
They're already there.
Yep.
Got them up there. Well, you could probably tell while we were talking. I was able
I can see it on your face.
Yeah,
I have the stream muted, but I'm looking at you.
90% of my brain focused on naming people, and 10% focused on getting quick TMS.
Well, they always say you only use 10% to remember quick TMS stuff. So
that's right. They always say that.
Yeah, they always do. Well, there you go. Thank you both for being here. Nicole, anything you'd like to promote or mention?
Nope. Merry Christmas.
Awesome.
Go watch that Wood Whisperer video on Instagram Reels. It's very cool.
It's also on TikTok.
And TikTok. It's all the places.
We are taking our TikTok back over.
Oh, you are good because some of those edits were weird.
TikTok back.
Those edits. Some of those edits were weird. It would cut like in the middle of him saying something, and then you'd never get to the end. It was weird.
Yeah, we reached out to the company that was supposed to be helping us, and we're like, "What are you guys doing? Stop!"
Yeah. And they said, beep, boop, beep, because we're run by robots. Anyway, Randy, anything you'd like to mention or promote on your own self there?
No, we're just getting ready to watch Europa Report for FilmSack. That's exciting.
Yeah,
excited for that.
Oh, I'm very excited. That's this weekend, by the way.
Yeah.
So check that out. Nicole, Randy, have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye.
All right. Well, Brian, I don't know what else to tell you except we did it.
We did it. There's really, what else is there to say? There's nothing else we can say.
Well, there is this. We got a text from somebody. Let's do this.
Text. One more thing we can say.
Yeah, one thing we can say. This came from Sean S., who says, "Hey, Scott and Brian, regarding seatbelt laws, I was taught that the seatbelt isn't just for you. It's to keep you from flying all around the cabin, killing all your friends during a crash, or flying out of the windshield and killing whoever hit you. I'm sure you're getting flood with texts from people who were shown the scare videos in high school about this. Love the show, though, Sean S. Well, Sean, we also were shown those.
I don't ever see those videos, but yeah, I mean, basically in an accident, your body becomes a projectile.
Did you have that? I remember seeing in high school, they made you watch like all kinds of
blood on the pavement. I remember all those videos, but I don't remember one where your body is a projectile.
The musical version,
yeah, it's the Jack Johnson version of.
I love that. Yeah, but it's a good point. You're right. You don't want to, you got sharp bones. You don't want a femur in your friend's side of his head,
Right.
So
John Mayer, right? Not Jack Johnson. John Mayer.
Is it John Mayer? Oh, your body is a wonderland, right?
Your body is a wonderland. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy sure liked your body. He was into it.
He did. My body.
Also, quick notes. We already mentioned Play Rocho. That's done at 3:30 Mountain Time, but there is something I wanted to make aware to those who listen to Core. This week is a little bit weird because tomorrow night, Thursday night, the same time we normally record, the Game Awards are streaming, so we're going to do a co-stream of that.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
And then the very next night, we'll suss all that out, plus all the rest of the gaming news of the week, and do a regular Core on Friday. So Thursday live stream, co-stream.
Wow.
Friday night, full show. So that's the plan.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff tomorrow. It's going to be good. Big reveals. I see there's some rumor floating around that the new the sequel to Space Marine, one of my favorite 360 games from that era, is getting a sequel. We already knew that, but they're going to show footage of the game and a release date, and I could not be more excited.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
I loved that game so much. I don't know if Mark Strong's coming back to do the voice, but he was great. Bunch of orcs. Oh, man. Love that game. Nice. All right. That'll do it for us. You got anything else that you want to mention?
No. Episode of Soundography went up yesterday, but I already talked about that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we got Coverville tomorrow, other stuff. We'll get to all that tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to do it. Patreon.com/TMS helps pay for this show. It is vital that you support us over there, so please do during this wonderful month of December. Put your Christmas miracle to the test and sign up at patreon.com/TMS for as low as $1 a month, which is insane. That's our fault, but it's still insane.
Take advantage of our mistake.
Do it. Everything else is at frogpants.com/TMS. Brian's a magical magician man with music, and he has brought some today. What do you got?
That's right. Oh, by the way, and I guess there is one more thing. Hey, need 3D stuff printed? Let me know. Visit, or just email me, coverville@gmail.com if you need something 3D printed, because it might not be something on my Etsy shop. I do need to put that Jack Nicholson up there, too.
Oh, yeah, right. You mentioned
he's already in my bookcase.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Nice.
All right, let's get to it. This is a request coming from Mark Tanner, not Tanner who we heard from earlier, but Mark Tanner, who said, hey, I turned 40 in 2020.
Whoa.
I know it's a late request, but it seems like it fits. I would love to hear a cover of Sweet Dreams Are Made of These by Emily Browning, but if you can't, another cover of the song would be good, or a cover that blows your pipe organ. Love the show, though. Quakeholio.
Blows your pipe organ. Okay.
Yeah, blows your pipe organ.
All right.
Yep, that's what he said.
That's a new one.
No, let's play this. It comes from the soundtrack to Sucker Punch, which had a great soundtrack and great visuals, but sorry, Brian Dunaway, it was just not a very good movie.
Yeah.
He loves it, though, and more for him. Good for him.
Sure.
Yeah, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, originally by the Eurythmics, covered here by one of the stars of the movie, or the star of the movie, Emily Browning.
Oh, very nice. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Wendy will be here, all that kind of stuff. Unsure about Amy. She's recovering from her surgery, doing well.
Still recovering, but was walking around and
doing great.
Peeing and all that stuff.
Yeah, so she's doing real good. So if not, Brian may have another quiz for me. People enjoyed that yesterday. So
yeah, speaking of leaking.
Yeah, watch for Can't wait to leak some more. Tomorrow, right here on TMS. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
How can you screw up a hamburger?
I don't know, Daryl. I've never figured it out.
You can make it during daylight savings time.
Yeah, effing whatever.
Thanks all.